Welcome, welcome, welcome to Conversations with My Cuz. I am Shayla Shay.
It is me, your girl Michelle with the one L.
And I'm Brother Love, DJ Big Rock.
Hey,
What,
Ra, what's going
what's
on? What's
what's
going
going on,
on?
ladies? What's going
We
How
on?
have
here.
things
We are
been?
here.
How are you,
I'm all right. How are you, Shal?
Miss
I'm
One L?
good. I'm good. I'm
Hot.
good.
That's what I am. Today's the first day that I think it's really, really been nice out. But it's a little sweltering. So I've been in these streets
Well, you
today.
know I already
Sweet.
started.
It is
Ow, I got a little
real.
something, but it looked like
Oh, I got water.
yeah.
No. There's no water.
So what you was up
I
to,
got
Ron?
our
How
water.
was your weekend?
Had an interesting weekend. Well, Chris out of school, so the call comes, Daddy, come get me. Uh, so he here. It's really been man, oh man. Don't nobody want to come to the house now.
Oh
yeah,
gosh.
yeah. It's
Don't get
one
on
of
here
them
with
kind of weeks
but don't
with
start shit on here.
with the PlayStation. I don't have nobody do their duties and nothing like that. But I'm just saying. But
Wait,
we went to go see Spider Man in Dolby Digital Sound. That was we had a good
I
time.
want to see that. I need a kid.
No,
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 you
no,
don't.
no.
I ain't going to see Spider-Man by myself.
What? I want it.
Sitting
I
in the
mean,
theater, they're gonna be like, who the pervy lady sitting there by herself?
no, those are Marvel. You wouldn't go see a Marvel
Yo,
movie?
I don't know,
Marvel.
maybe because it's a cartoon. I feel like,
It's not
It,
a cartoon,
no,
though.
it is just
it
animated.
is. It's
It's
Oh, it's
animated.
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 Yeah,
But
that,
you know
that
what?
feels a little odd to me.
But you know what? I really didn't want to go see it, and Chris was like, "Come on, Dad. I'm saying you act like you gotta." But you know what? The way they doing these animated shows now. You will
It's
be
real.
surprised. It was
It's
really good.
real.
It was
It's
a
like
really good
adult
movie.
like.
Yeah, it was a really good movie. I mean, they do everything
Okay.
like watching the movie. But y'all gotta go see it. But it's a good look. So I'm on
I'm
Man's
not
Week
going to see
right
it.
now. So that's what we
I'm not
doing.
into
It's
Spider
Man's
Man.
Week.
Hey
What's
sis, I
good though?
see you. Okay.
Hey
A
Shanoa.
movie date.
So you got a movie day.
I
Somebody's
got
gonna go
somebody to
with
go
you to
with
the
me, another
movie.
adult, so I won't
But
look all
but
crazy.
not to throw y'all off. How would y'all ladies feel if a man did ask y'all to go out on a date and took y'all to see an animated movie?
I would like to see Spider-Man. So I would
An
be excited.
animated movie.
An
I don't.
animated movie. What you think,
I
Sean?
mean, if it's not a Disney movie, I mean, I could rock with it. Like if you taking me to go see, even though I love Disney movies, don't get me wrong. But I don't know if I want to go on a date with a guy to go see a Disney movie. But Spider Man is, although it's anime, animation doesn't mean that it's kiddie. Like for
Yeah.
Correct.
kids only.
Now it was really good, but I just wanted to ask y'all that because I think that y'all be having some type of conversation about that. Could you believe he had the nerve to come take me to go see an animated movie?
I mean, the
If
only thing that I could do is say, absolutely not, sir.
But what if you
right,
don't
like if
even
it's
know? Y'all
something
just
that
hang
I'm
out.
interested
Oh,
in,
you were
because
surprised.
I'm not gonna just, let you take me and I don't have a say so. So if it's not something I want to see, I'm not gonna see it. Just like I'm not gonna let him take me to see no, killer, horror, bloody kind of movie, because that ain't my thing. So I'm not
Right.
sitting through that either. So I'll be mad about that. Like, why we gotta go see this murder, death, kill? No,
I would be mad if a man came to take me on a date and we went to like Dave and Buster's.
I
Uh-huh.
would be very angry. Yeah, I don't want to do that. That would not be a good date.
Yeah, I don't want to go there.
Yeah. I also don't want to do anything like bumper cars or an amusement park.
Right. Now,
I
Hold
would
on,
be
wait,
if
wait,
the
hold on. You
relationship
don't
is
want to do an
ready,
amusement park?
I don't.
no. For what?
Oh hell no.
First
Uh-uh.
of all, what we
Tell them,
gonna
Shell.
we riding on rides? What we doing?
I'm not
Huh?
getting on a roller coaster.
Yeah. Oh no, hell no.
Man, we've been at the amusement park since we was 13. Why would I want to
I'm
be at the
over
amusement
it.
park at 54?
Oh, y'all ain't no fun. That's a
I don't
problem.
want no stuffed
That's
animal.
okay. And I've had somebody else say that that's not a fun
That's a
date. And my
problem.
thing is,
Because I
if
love
we
amusement
going
parks.
on a date for an amusement park, if we're not bringing no kids with us, then what the hell we doing there?
Oh, I love amusement parks. What's wrong with y'all?
Okay. Well, you go get your ass on the ride.
Well,
Yeah, not to say that I haven't been,
A
but
kid.
I was in a relationship and they wanted to go to the amusement park. So we went to the amusement park one day, but I don't think that's a date necessarily.
A date, right?
I don't want to go on a date in an
I don't know.
amusement park.
Well,
It's hot, and who wants to walk around?
hot.
And I don't want to be on a roller coaster, and I don't want a stuffed
no.
animal. You can't win no prizes for me and
Right.
send me home with a stuffed
I don't
animal.
want to stuff. I don't want to shoot
Wait,
the
you
water
don't
in
want
the
a stuffed
thing.
animal?
I don't want to do that.
Hell no, I don't
shoot
want
the
no
water in the
stuffed
thing.
animal.
You want stuffed animal?
That stuff just takes up space and
What
collects
am I doing with
dust.
stuffed animal in my house?
Oh man.
So what am I gonna do? Walk through the amusement park with a big old giant bed? Because look at my man one.
Little,
Yeah.
See, that's the problem. That's the problem. You
That's
gotta
not a
ask-
problem.
That's called adventure.
You know what adventure is
That's
for
called
me?
being an adventurist.
Let's go on a plane and have an adventure that way.
White water rafting is an adventure.
Yeah, that's
Maybe
I
zip
might do
lining.
that.
but amusement parks too. You crazy?
I might,
Well,
do something like
If your dates don't have a problem with you taking them to Dorney Park, then knock yourself out.
Trying to tell you.
Hershey Park, Ride Playland,
Knock yourself out. Hershey Park.
All
Sesame
that.
Place.
All that. now you're going to the park. Sesame Place done did it.
Sesame plates.
Yes, Shanoa,
Sesame
with
Place.
one candlelight. I agree with her.
Candlelight. all
I
of a
mean,
sudden.
ladies, really. I wish we had a bunch of ladies. I know Chanel was there. Let's get a poll.
Yes.
Who
I'm
would be
telling you.
okay with it on a first date and a dude comes and pick you up and it's like, we're going to the amusement park.
It's hot
Who's down
outside.
for that?
Yeah, hot outside. Let's go to Six Flags. You know what I'm saying? Let's do the damn thing, baby. We create love on a roller coaster. What's wrong with y'all?
And we was 22.
See, that's the
okay.
problem. See, now we talking.
That would make me want to friend
Now
zone him.
we're talking.
We're at the age
Now
of let's
we
go to
talking.
the airport
Oh, but airports is necessary. I mean, if you know
and
Rob,
leave.
you know.
But
I'm just saying.
amusement park, no.
I mean,
I think
Let's
at
go
this
Dave and Buster's
point-
then.
huh?
At this point, I think it's really about trying to figure somebody out whether or not you're compatible. You need to be someplace where you have some conversation. You could, tap
No.
into their brain, have some,
You can
it's
do that
fun.
shit on
It could
the
be
phone.
fun, but that's not on a roller coaster to me.
You ever heard of a roller coaster of love, baby?
We're in Venice.
So what else would be a good date to you, Rob?
In Venice. We can ride through
She's
about
like,
it.
I see where this is getting ready to go.
the roller coaster of
The
love.
roller coaster of love, baby.
What's love? What's happening on a roller coaster?
The roller
that's making
coaster
you fall
of
in
love, baby.
Other than I'm scared to death, and now
That's-
my hair is crazy. No,
That's
because
right.
I'm not cute no more.
Okay, all right, listen. Anyway, ladies, how y'all
Yes.
been though? What did y'all do with y'all week?
The whole week, we work.
Well, I ain't seen you since last week.
Well, we
out
worked
to,
last week too.
Delaware yesterday.
Oh,
I drove out to Delaware yesterday. My kid's great uncle passed away, so I went to pay my respects. Me and Lodge.
R.I.P.
Okay. Well, I had a luncheon yesterday with my Eastern Star chapter. We honored some fathers for Father's Day. We had a father-daughter luncheon.
Nice.
That
that's nice.
was really nice. Gave out some scholarships to some young teens that are going on their first year in college. So we was able to give out a couple of scholarships for them.
That's dope.
And that was real. It was really nice. And they were very appreciative. And you could tell, it was so nice to see these young people who are taking their academia seriously and wanting to be something in this society that is
Right.
beneficial to the rest of the world. So it was like, we talked to them and it was like, you know what? I think we're in good hands in a lot of ways with these
Could-
young people that are coming up. So it was
Could it
really
be-
nice.
Could it be because the daddy's in the house?
I don't know if the fathers were there. One of the scholarship recipients came by herself. Another scholarship recipient came with her mother, and one came with her father.
Okay. Interesting.
And it was interesting.
So do you not think that with the father in the house that they could accomplish those things?
I think that me and my son was watching the draft on Thursday night, and one thing I did love to appreciate almost all the fathers was there as these kids was
I love that.
transitioning to the NBA. Even Juwan Howard's son from the Fab Five, his son is getting ready to go, and how he watched him, how he coached him through the years, and he went to go play for his dad in Michigan and stuff. Yeah, so I do. You know, it was just happy for me to see so many men are in the home. Are still in the home.
That I agree. I love to see fathers in the children's life.
Yeah.
Whether they're, even if they're not with the mother, I think
correct.
Co-parenting is very important as well.
Right. Healthy co-parenting can be just as effective.
Can be just as effective as the father being in the household.
I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying that I appreciated the fact that these fathers were in the home. Like,
yes, we agree.
Mother and father.
Right. We agree. And what we were also saying is that whether they're married or not, as long as the father is in the life, I think that it gives the children a well-rounded kind of childhood to be brought up into. So it's much more helpful if you can have more than one person, because it's very difficult to try to handle all of that on your own for either father or the mother.
Yeah,
to handle it solo. So having them both.
With Father's Day and everything, you always get the post with ladies, this ain't your day. You had your day. You know, it ain't no happy Father's Day to the mothers. So, what do y'all think about that? I for one, I used to subscribe to that BS, but at some point I had to say, you know what?
Well,
I'm gonna give all the fathers, the active fathers that are in their children's life, let them get their day, because the mothers have their day. You never see a man get on here talking about, say Happy Mother's Day to me.
Correct.
No, but I do think that the men are in the home a lot more now, and I think from before, like maybe women before us will probably feel that they could talk that because a lot of dads was Rolling Stones back then, but I think that
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that either. I think that what happened is, statistically, fathers have always been around. I think that because we had this time where women were not married and having babies, they were counted as single mothers, and it gave you the perception that fathers were not active. I think fathers have always been active, and and because of that, there's this stigmatism that our Black men are not around. But I don't think I disagree with that. Completely.
Right. So when I think statistically you're right, but I think what happens is dad around, but is dad around honestly being dad, or is dad just there? So it's a difference, because a lot of dads back then was gotta work, gotta get the money, gotta do this. You handle that. A lot of dads that I've seen or I've watched growing up, they were basically on a grind a lot. They was doing a lot more things. When I talk about a dad now being around, I'm talking about things that sons and fathers are actually doing more of that I didn't see back then when I was growing up. So
I agree with you in the sense that the dynamic of how a father shows up in their children's life is different, right? Because what I'm hearing you say is that fathers at one point were breadwinners, they were providers, and therefore they brought money home, but they didn't necessarily contribute to the rearing of the child. Where now you have fathers that are active participants in their children's lives. And so I agree with you on that. I think that has changed a lot as far as how men choose to show up in their children's lives, which is only going to be a better situation for them.
But my point was what I was making when I was talking about saying Happy Father's Day to mothers.
I know.
I know. But that's fine.
Yeah. Shout out to all the daddies and mamas. How about that?
Shout out to everybody that for them
parents.
For the parents. Mothers that's contributing, and the uncles and everybody, because it takes a village, as we all know. And we're trying to hold on to that village, because that village thing is kind of little. That village is not like it used to be.
Yeah, it takes you to be very deliberate to build your village, right? Like you gotta hold on to people that are helping out, that it's especially helpful like us where our children were basically the same age, so we could relate to the things that we were going through and support each other through it. But without that, my goodness.
Yeah, that's true. Who you telling? Well, speaking of villages, what we got that's trending?
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead, Miss 1L.
What's trending? So I'm reading a story about a mother and her 14-year-old son. The 14-year-old son came to his mother's aid and shot some guy. Him and his mom was in the store. They were having an altercation, and allegedly the mother texted the son and told the son to come into the store. I don't know what the text was, don't know what he said, but he came into the store and he witnessed the altercation between the mother and the guy. The guy started to hit the mother. The 14-year-old boy shot the guy that was hitting his mother. Allegedly, the guy fled the scene. Some reports are saying that the mother told him to go after him and kill him. The boy ran after him, shot him, continued to fire shots at him. I didn't see a report where it said anything landed, but some say that he did. He shot him, the guy ended up dying. So the mother and the son, they turned themselves in. So they're in custody now, and we don't know what the charges are going to be yet. They may be charged with murder.
Yeah.
It's just the whole situation is just awful. You know what I mean? Because, you look at somebody doing something to your mother. Because I know I have a wild child, which is Tisha. So if Tisha walked up on somebody doing anything to me, it's going down.
Off.
Huh?
That's off.
Or it's going down. But as a mother, would I put her into that position to even have to defend my honor in that way?
I have sons, right? And so I know how I feel like things can turn so quickly against them that if I put them in a situation where there's an altercation, then ultimately I'm putting their life at risk, because anything can happen. Even if the police roll up and we're defending ourselves, doesn't mean that my son is not in danger. So I would always do what I can to protect them and not put them in a situation of harm. But if I'm in trouble, who else am I going to call but my kids if I think somebody's trying to harm me? So it's kind of a hard, if my son is there, right? My son is outside the door of where I'm being, getting ready to be, beat up or whatever the case might be by some person who wants to hurt me.
Scenarios that could have she could have even left the situation because she was going back and forth with the guy, and it was her right to stand up or do whatever she did and go argue back and forth with him. I mean, I saw the video and it was a argument, and this dude was enraged. He was going off. Basically told her just get her food and leave. Get her food and leave. Get your food and leave. Get your food and leave. And she kept talking.
But let me ask you a question. Like I said, the media didn't give us a lot of information. But do you think that it was a little bit more to this story? Because as we're talking about it now, we was talking about it a little bit earlier. I'm like for this to really had happened the way it went down, do you think that it could have been to a little bit more to the story that we don't even know?
Up until the point that we saw the recording, because there was the argument started outside or inside the store, but people started recording. So I don't know what they were arguing about, but it seemed like it was something that happened in the store in that moment, because it was about food. He was like, take your food and go. You better take your food and go. I don't know what happened prior to that, but while the altercation was going on, she texted her son. Now, did she tell her son to come in with the gun?
Yes.
See, that's the thing with the media. You don't know. There's always, three sides to the story: his story, her story, and the truth.
The truth, right?
So there's always a possibility that there's parts of this story that we don't know.
Right.
Right.
Now, they can get those phone records to see what that conversation was like.
Yeah, but what kills me was the last. Well, from what I read on my end, the last end of that story was the mother went to take the gun from the 14-year-old boy, and he pushed her off.
Yeah,
And then they got in the car.
after he had already shot the dude.
Yeah, but 14, you pushing your mom off, and you should be. But to me, what kind? That's a tough kid.
Because he might.
Well, who knows knows? But Frank,
Like, you know,
if you are at a point where you've killed somebody, you've shot a gun at somebody, you are already in a headspace of
Yes.
right, enraged, or you just blank. Like, you don't pull a trigger and just be like, let me have a rational conversation with my mother afterwards. Like, everything is crazy, I would imagine.
Yeah, it is. It
had to be a lot going on around it.
Yeah, it had to be a lot going on. It definitely had to be a lot going on. But like I said, R.I.P. to that man. And we're in a crazy time right now.
That's what's something online today that was basically his family members were saying he didn't deserve that, and the whole spiel.
But still, you ain't got no reason under no circumstances.
His family said he didn't deserve to kill.
He didn't deserve that.
Yeah, but you don't have no right
to attack the woman
on no woman. Exactly.
You ain't got no reason to be putting your hands on nobody.
Totally
because I hate to say you get what you get, but you never know who you are dealing with.
Yeah.
You can't just attack nobody and think that you're just gonna walk away or you're gonna get the same thing back.
Somebody, mama, sister, wife. Come on, man. It's like, it's really. I don't even understand how you would even want to argue with a woman as a grown-ass man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Lady, you bugging. I'll go get a sandwich somewhere else.
And I'm not sitting in the arguing with no man anyway. Whatever beef we got going on, I'm going to get my food and I'm going. Or either I'm just going to leave because I'm seeing the situation is escalating because the dude was enraged.
Yeah.
He was irate. He was out of control. So I don't know if I would have stood there and been arguing with him.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm. For the simple fact that you don't know.
You just don't know
what you're dealing with and how people might react. Bust you upside the head.
And knowing I got my kid in the car too, but you text your kid to bring him into the drama.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. The problem.
So that's crazy.
That's how situations escalate, right? Because you get your kid, you bring him into the drama. The guy you arguing with could have a gun and pull a gun out and shoot your son.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
So many scenarios.
Then they said that she told him to go and shoot one of the witnesses because they were egging it on. So you just giving him directions to go on a killing spree.
Hey.
That's crazy.
Hey, that's what you say, Ra? Hey.
I mean, there's so many different because listen, you don't be beating up on nobody mama for one. That ain't what you do.
No, that's not what you do.
And listen, it was just a bad day in Chi-Town.
You don't be.
Well, I know we were talking about having this show being a little bit differently structured with our show in Chi-Town. We're gonna move this thing on because we got our guy on the couch that is shooting questions at us. So we're gonna turn this segment into something different, right?
Let's go.
All right. So
let's go. What you got for us? What you got?
That was dry.
Can you establish a strong relationship in the world of technology?
I think that's a question for you, Ra. You the dude that like to do the online dating and all that kind of stuff. And to me, that's a question that says, when we look at social media and we think about how people be in your DMs and you be putting pictures and people be liking your posts and you get people of the opposite sex and you have your online friends, how does that affect a relationship, a strong relationship?
Well, researchers said that's how a lot of people are hooking up. And it comes to a lot of people are busy now. Another reason why is COVID has taught people, a lot of people are working from home.
Well, we're not talking about hooking up. We're talking about building a relationship. Well, is it possible to build a relationship?
Yeah. You know how many people meet online and really, really start conversations? And yeah. I mean, you're gonna have to come face to face one time, but yeah, a lot of people are meeting and building relationships. Hell yeah,
Okay.
through
What do you think,
technology.
Shell? You think that
Okay,
in a world of technology that you can build a strong relationship with
I
someone?
believe that you can, but I also believe that there has to be a hell of a lot of boundaries because it ain't just a day of caller ID no more. You know what I mean? Now
Mm-hmm.
you got social media, now you got DMs, and you got the inboxes, and you got all these different groups and all kind of stuff. So when you get into a relationship with someone, I mean, you can meet people online, but even meet somebody offline. Nowadays,
Right.
everybody got a social media page, wherever it might be. So you're interacting with people that you may or may not know
Mm-hmm.
on social media pages. And it's hard for a man or a woman. Well, I'm going to say mostly men because I see a lot of men that do it. They are quick to go and be hearting and liking and commenting on other women's pages
Mm-hmm.
because you see a lot of that happening, and then the woman gets a whiff of that, and now they in their feelings because you don't like my stuff and you don't comment on my page, but you over here on her page. And so there has to be boundaries set when it comes to social media or just
Mm-hmm.
technology, period.
But if you're establishing a relationship, you setting boundaries already. You're trying to establish
Can you
something.
establish a strong relationship in the world of technology? You can. You absolutely have to set boundaries. How do you?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I
I
understand.
think so too. Like
You
there's
gotta
got to be
have
some way
boundaries
for you
when you
to.
get to know somebody. When you're getting to know somebody, you both have to be clear on what it is that you expect.
Okay, I get you.
Yeah,
Yeah, because at
Okay,
some
no, no,
point you
no,
got to be like
because I'm
enough.
reading. Yeah, because I'm reading into this wrong. When I'm thinking about establishing a strong relationship in the world of technology, I'm thinking you met online, you're dealing around online, but y'all just saying relationships, period,
Yeah, I'm
with
saying
the
once you're
world of
in a
technology.
relationship,
Okay,
correct.
all right,
That's how
okay,
I read it. I'm saying if you're
in the
in a
world of
relationship with
technology,
yeah,
because
someone,
everything is so technical now. We live in a day and age where everything is technical. So
like you
there's so
sitting
many
on the
ways.
couch with your mate, right?
okay,
You sitting on the
right.
couch with your person. Sorry to cut you off. And they scrolling social media and doing all kind of stuff when you two should be really having, alone time. That could be an issue, right? You turn around every time they got up pictures where they dress provocatively for likes and putting up all kind of stuff that people men that got men attracted to them. Is that an issue?
Right.
That kind of stuff. This world of technology, they got so much access. How do you and not have that be an issue?
And that's the thing.
No,
You
no,
they
I
have
see.
access to you because a chick could jump in a man's DM and a dude could jump in a woman's DM. They don't know they're in a relationship.
I get it. You can establish a strong relationship, but I don't think technology. Before technology, it had to be something else, right? Going to the club, girls' night out. It had to be something. It
But
just because it's technology,
doing that though,
huh?
we're still doing those things in addition to
But
technology.
in addition to technology, but I think yeah, you can, but y'all are right. You have the person, not the mate of the person, but the person has to establish boundaries within themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like if you and I are in a relationship, I can't ask you to set no boundary. You need to set those boundaries with whatever you got going on in technology. Like for instance, me, my personal life is never on social media.
Hmm.
I'm a DJ. I do things. I promote parties. I might put a shot of my kids up, maybe my grandchildren, but whatever. Not my personal life about who I'm dating, who I'm with, who
Hmm.
I'm sleeping with. None of that is never on social media
Mm-hmm.
because that's nobody's business.
Okay.
You understand what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's my boundary because I know once I introduce who I'm with in my life and you put that out in the world, everybody don't like you. Something's going to come back negative. So why am
Well,
I going to turn around and now invite negativity into my household?
let me ask you this question since you said that. say you meet a woman and she's big on social media. She's always, putting up stuff, where she's going, who she's with, everything about her life. She's just really on social media and she has a really big following. And then you meet her and you guys establish a relationship. So naturally you become a part of her story. How would that affect your relationship, considering how private that you are as a person?
That her social media, situation has nothing to do with what I got going on. See, I'm a
So
different
she
kind of
could
guy.
put you, so
Right,
she could put
right.
pictures of you on her
Yeah,
page
yeah,
and
but just
everything
don't.
y'all doing, wherever
Right.
y'all going, all of that could go on her page.
It could go on her page, but just don't get mad because I don't do it. Because I know what's going to happen when I post. So
Okay.
again, from you
What's going to
know
happen when you
history,
post?
somebody from the past is going to say something stupid. She's going to read it, and it's going to become a problem. So before we even get into all of this stuff, I'm not even going to do it. That's just like leaving your door open for a lot of problems. Because you can't those boundaries, you can't ask somebody that don't like you or don't care about you to respect you on social media. It doesn't make sense. You have no control over that. So why put yourself out there?
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? Now, if a woman chooses to do it, then that because I'm not the type of person that's going to get upset over a woman posting, over a woman, somebody saying something to a woman because she got a million likes. If you like likes, I like it too. Let me like it too. Like, you happy? I'm happy. You understand? You understand what I'm
Okay.
saying?
I think I gotta ask a
But
question.
that's just
Now,
me though.
we're talking about women when we're single. Yeah, I know I'm a selfie. I post a selfie every now and again, and I be looking kind of cute and get a lot of attention. I'm just saying. A lot of my postings now. If I get into a relationship and this man says to me, "All right, I want you to stop posting selfies because you're in a relationship with me,"
He's insecure.
I would have a problem with that because it's like, what?
Yeah, I will have a.
Like,
I would. Right.
why do
I
I
would
have to
too.
stop being me because I
Right.
get attention?
Yeah.
Well, see, now we're talking about what kind of attention, right? Because the fact that you're getting that means that the potential for men being in your inbox, right,
Right.
DMing you and stuff is higher
So should
because
things change on my end now that I'm in the relationship? Should I be more discreet about what I'm posting? Because if I'm posting a picture to get, because no matter what, when people post stuff, it's to get likes. Let's just be clear. A lot of things, for a lot of different things, and that's just what it is. Um, some people get them, some people don't. But if you're in a relationship, should that change? If you was a person that posted, you might have some cleavage popping, or you might have some,
I like
something that might,
cleavage.
huh?
I like
I'm
cleavage. But what I'm saying
I'm
is,
a believer that you meet people where they are. And if that is an issue for you, then you have to decide whether or not you want to be in a relationship. But
With
I
that,
don't
I
think
was
that it
gonna
is a fair question or a fair ask to say to someone, you need to change in order for it to be
stop doing
acceptable
that.
for me
right.
to be in a relationship with you.
I was
I just
gonna.
have to
The thing could
decide
be is
whether or
that, what
not
are you
that
looking
works
for?
for me.
You have a man now, so what do you need all this attention for? Or you have a lady now, what do you need all this attention for?
That's crazy. Because one thing I want, if I got with you, right, and we go through the stage and we're together. If I got with you, knowing what you are, who you are, then you know what? I don't expect you to change who you are.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like it's nothing that I want. If we start rocking, I don't want you to change you because now you're not you. Don't live for me. Live for you because that's
I
what
know
attracted me to you.
I think that
I
how you move as a single person
I don't
should
believe that.
change when you get into a relationship. You're not going to move the same.
well,
You
this
could,
You're
is
not going
that
to move
goes
the same.
into that can also go into people who choose to hang out a lot, right, prior to being in a relationship. And then they get in a relationship and it's like, well, what you in the street for now?
but my
But
Get
thing
it's
is,
together.
but hold up. See, Shay, the answer to that to me is come hang out with me. If I'm a guy, if you know I like to hang out, right? right? And you knew this before we start getting together. You expect me to stop? No, you come hang out with me. I like to hang out.
Yeah,
I'm a
that's true
public guy.
too.
I like being around
As a
company.
single person in a relationship, because if you single people move differently than people that are in relationships. There's certain things that you just not going to do.
But you have to find what's compatible for you in your lifestyle. Like I said, like the hanging out issue. I would just bring her with me. It's not I'm going to stop and say, "Oh, I'm going to sit in the house because I'm in a relationship." No, if I party,
I don't think anybody should try to come in and stop your life. Like, okay, so now I don't want you hanging out. I want you just sitting at home with me.
Right, or you ain't going nowhere unless I'm going with you.
Going nowhere unless I'm with you, right?
No, right. But what I'm saying is, if it's a problem with hanging out, you knew I was somebody that was going to hang out. Don't change the script. Don't try to change me.
That's what I think. When people say this, you knew I was a person that hung out when you met me. I just find that to be a little bit of an issue, because something about you has to change when you get into a relationship with a person. I'm not saying you should be not hanging out, but I don't think that you should be in the streets the same way you was in the streets when you're in a relationship.
You just modify what you do. You add people to your lifestyle. You bring people into your life, right? You add them in. You. That's the point of the relationship.
Rush, and what I was saying
that's like saying, I was a hoe when you met me.
So keep going. Now we just got more.
So Russ said he would bring her with him.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
You bring your partner with
you. The same thing I was when you met me.
No,
what's the problem?
You talking about hoe, and now you being different. But you got to be my hoe. That's all. It's fine with that. We got movies, toys, whatever you want to do. Let's get it popping if that's what it is.
Yeah, I agree.
You understand what I'm saying? But
you ain't gonna be able to keep a man if you keep single behavior going on.
But that's not what stops us. See, this is the thing is, and I think women get it kind of messed up sometimes. The thing is, single behavior, your behavior doesn't stop. You just include your partner. Because you are who you are.
Right. It's not single behavior then.
Right, but that wouldn't be single behavior no more if I added you.
Correct.
But you don't stop being who you are. If you like going to a bar, having drinks, hanging out, you go to ladies' night, you got it popping with the boys, whatever. Now you hanging out, my boo over here. You know what I'm hanging over here. Because that's the purpose of it. The thing is, you will want, and I think what happens with women is they feel like they could get into these relationships, and some of them don't like to hang out. We just use hanging out as a thing right now. So she doesn't like to hang out, but you got with a guy that wants to hang out every night. Do you expect it to change, or you gonna get them, or you gonna get them that you get together, get right, and get out with them? See,
if you hanging out,
that's not the guy for you. Then that's not the guy for you.
And you want to be in a relationship with me. You can't hanging out every night is.
Then you know what? You shouldn't even bark up that tree because you headed for me.
That's not. I wouldn't say that that's true either.
Okay.
I wouldn't say I'm not trying to change you, but my thing is if we're together, because I don't know why anybody wants to hang out every night if they got a freaking partner.
Again.
Who wants to do that?
What you say to that, Shay?
I think it depends on what I'm getting is like. You can have a life outside of the house, right? It don't necessarily mean you going to hang out at bars. You might be with somebody who likes to go out, but that could be going to art shows. You could be, doing different things, and you bringing your partner with you. You're not somebody who's a homebody, because I'm not a TV person. Until COVID, I actually was like, my thing was that life didn't happen inside the four walls of your home. You need to be out and experiencing life, right?
Well, certain things got to go down.
You have those things. But for the most part, before COVID, I had that mindset. COVID changed that a little bit, that I'm saying there is still, you still have your family. You still have other things that are enriching to your life that doesn't necessarily have to happen in the street. But for me, I like to be able to go out and experience life. I want to do new and exciting things and experience things that I haven't before. So if I'm with somebody who doesn't like to go out and doesn't want to be out to do things, and you're a TV at home person, there would be a conflict for me because I'm not happy sitting at home watching TV. I don't care how many great movies come up, I'm jumping out of my skin. Like, this is not fun for me. So I would have an issue with that.
Yeah, I don't want to sit in the house either. I mean, I don't mind sitting in the house. See, I don't mind doing those things, but when I want to be out, I want to be out. It's because I'm not a person that just wants to sit in the house all the time. And I need a man that has guys' night. Y'all go hang out with your boys. I don't have a problem with you hanging out with your boys, because I do hang out with my girls. I mean, we ain't clubbing, doing stuff like that, but I hang out with my girls.
But the only thing that I'm saying is I learned that, and what I want is, if I'm attracted to you at what you do when I meet you, I don't want you to stop doing what you're doing because we're in a relationship. Because something about that attracted me to you. So I mean, when they say that I'm in a relationship, yeah, But what I'm saying is,
I met you a certain way. That don't mean you know everything.
Yeah, because I don't want, again, that's what I wanted. That's what I chose. You understand what I'm saying? So like I said, if you're gonna jump up and become somebody else because we're in a relationship, then that's not what I've probably been looking for.
Right. But are you becoming somebody else, or are you just now in a relationship?
I don't think behavior should change in a relationship.
No?
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want it to change.
Yeah, I can't say I agree with that.
Okay, we can agree to disagree sometimes.
Single behavior is different than relationship behavior.
Huh?
Right. Single behavior is a little bit different than relationship behavior.
I just think you add your spouse.
No.
Okay. Well, what if your spouse? All right. If your spouse or the person that you're with,
you can still be talking to other people. That's, to me, single behavior is.
I mean, come on, now, y'all. We're not talking about another party. We're not. I mean, yeah. Well, we talking about certain
situations. You say things should change, and they do.
Okay, something like that should change. I mean, other lovers and friends and dating, that gets cut off. But besides that, who you are as a person is who you are as a person. If I met you wearing poom shorts and topless shirts, cleavage hanging out, then baby, don't change that. I like it. That's the only thing I'm saying. Like I said, that's the if. I didn't say that's what I like. I'm just saying in general. If that is something that I like, then please don't change it. I want a woman to be as comfortable as she could possibly be. It makes my life so much easier.
So do you think that's an insecurity type of thing? If now you want her to change her clothes, or he wants you to, or he or a guy wants you to change how you dress now that you're together?
What happened?
If you meet someone and you was dressed a certain type of way, and now you get with that person, now they want you to change the way you dress.
Yeah. Oh, see, that'd be a big for me. It'd be a problem because, like, I'm not a suit guy, right? Everybody knows that. Don't ask me to put on no suit. I ain't wearing no suit. Bottom line, you ain't met me in no suit. You ain't never seen me in no suit. Don't ask.
They might not know meeting you that there's an absolute hell no to that.
But by being in a relationship, you would know, like, this guy really, I'm not a suit dude. I mean, you understand? I'm just saying, because some women do certain things. Some women want you to.
I just think that when you get married or you get in a committed relationship, some things do have to change. Like, I'm not gonna, because if I'm dressing a certain way, I'm dressing in a way that might be appealing to other men. You know what I'm saying?
I ain't got no problem. I ain't got security issues
with my guy. I'm not really trying to be appealing to other men. So I think that would be my choice to change that.
Oh no, shit! Wear that sexy shit out, please.
I wouldn't want my man to stop dressing a certain type of way. That would probably be.
See, I ain't got no problem with that. Please make me excited when you get home.
I think we should put a pin in this because I know we had some other questions that came up. So,
Rollo, what's next?
Oh, all right. Do you think you can fall in love with more than one person at a time?
Do you think you can fall in love with more than one person at a time, at once?
I want me to answer that first.
Sure, because you look like you chomping at the bit.
How good is the cootie? Nobody playing. But yeah, you can definitely.
Has that happened to you?
Yes,
Woo.
it has.
Oh,
Yeah, that's how I know it's a fact.
Absolutely not.
oh, controversy.
Yes,
Absolutely not.
I disagree.
You can love multiple people, but can you fall in love with
Yes,
more than one person at a time?
yes.
Love is a strong emotion and it takes a lot of energy.
You know
Do
why?
it, Michelle, like this.
You know what I mean? So fall in love with someone means that you have to really build that up, get to that point of I am so in love with you. And then I'm gonna go and do that with 4 other people?
Mm.
How? Do you know how much work that is?
No, it's not.
But people do it in poly relationships though.
And this is what
See,
it's funny.
and then
Go
I
ahead,
said
Shay.
you can love your kids all equally. You can love 2 human beings equally.
That's a
I
good
mean,
one,
I
Jay.
guess you could. For me, I guess I'm not putting the work in to fall in love with multiple people at one time.
But
Right.
love
that.
don't happen by work to me. But Shay, what you think?
It don't happen by what?
He said it don't happen by word. That you don't choose to love people, it just happens organically. Your
It
heart
happens
just
organically.
picks them, and your heart can pick another person at the same time. I think that there are degrees of it. I think that you can absolutely be in love with a person and you can love others.
Okay, this is what
Now
I
that
think.
I agree with.
All right, so this is what I think. I think what happens is you can actually be in love with 2 people, and this is where it gets funny. So when you're in a relationship, you're not perfect. People fall short all the time, right? And this is why I'm not with a lot of women hanging around or a lot of men hanging around, because what happens is when it's not working with the one you're in love with, at that time, somebody's going to answer that call, right? Now you get stuck with saying, well, if I could put her and her together, I could make the one. And men, it happens a lot. You
That
understand
goes
what I'm
back to
saying?
the social media thing to me, because
It's
that's when you
kind
get
of
that second person.
right. It's kind of where is we're not, because we're not perfect. So, and it's nothing like being in a relationship and truly loving somebody and wishing it was something else going on with them that you really had that attraction to, or what made you feel a certain way.
So
That's where that other person will come in at.
what is
Yeah.
that a in love? Because to me, an in love things mean that I'm not even looking at anybody other than who I'm with.
That's not true. That can't, because you're not going to be in love all the time. You fall in and out of love in relationships all the time. You're not going to be in love all the time in that
I
relationship.
agree with that. I don't think you fall in love. You might not like something that they're
Okay.
doing, but you still love that person.
You love them, but you're not in love with them.
Right. I think that when you're in a relationship, there are waves of, they're really, really high, and sometimes it's really low. You can still be completely
Right.
committed in the relationship, but your view of your mate and the relationship could be in a place of indecision. It's not really working for you in that moment in your life, even if you're committed in the relationship. And so in that season, you got people in your DMs chatting away that could fill that void. They could make it look like it's like it's a greener grass on that side, because
But
the situation you're in is no longer serving you properly in that moment in your life. This is why I think technology is dangerous.
right. But what happens on top of that is then you just, because now you at your bottom, right? Now you just sit and you might just start talking to somebody, right? And you would never think that, damn, you know what? I never thought this person was this type of way. And that's how it usually starts. And then it could create a confusion. To me personally, like I tell men all the time, if you committed to one woman, and if you say you're committed, not dating, if you say you're committed, and that's what you're doing, and y'all have established that, stay there. If it gets bad, whatever, stay there. You can't open that door. Like me, if I'm committed to one woman, I'm committed. Dating is something else. But if I say
we're talking about relationships,
right? That's what I'm saying. A committed relationship and being in love. If you committed, you don't open that door, because it can happen.
I guess if you're saying that you're at a low point in your relationship and things are not going well,
but it's going to get low.
You might seek outside things, then maybe you will fall in love with that person, but it's probably not going to be the same.
No, I don't think it's ever. I don't think that you can ever have 50-50. You love them both equally.
No.
Right? You may have somebody that's been in your life. You've been with that person for 10 years, and because of the history that you have, that is a deeper and different kind of love than you would ever have with a new person. But that doesn't mean that new person won't get that you don't love them. It's just you're not in love with them in the same way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm telling you, don't open that door. And that's the mistake a lot of us, you play with it, and then you get caught up.
I like to end things before I move on to the next. So I'm not falling in love with two people at the same time.
You can control it, but like you're right. But the thing is that you cannot, because when that low hits, that low is going to hit. It's going to come. It's what you're going to do with the low.
If you can't come back from it, then you got to figure it
out. No, you can't. But again, because it happens, you can't be in and out of. You're gonna be in and out of love with your mate. It's just natural. We're not perfect. But once that low comes,
in and out of love. I don't call it that.
Once that low comes, that's when the attack is going to be on. And that's when you got to test
it. Out of love with you, that means I don't like you at all.
I remember
I need you to go away.
Well, I remember listening to like a couple that had been together for 30 plus years, and one of the things that they were saying is that even in those times when they didn't really like each other in the moment as a romantical person in the relationship, they still had a friendship, and the friendship sustained the relationship through that low, right? So you can get to a point where the person's not really working for you in that moment. It doesn't mean that you're not working it out. It's a season. And when you're with someone that long, and we all change, right? We change who we are. We keep evolving. That may not be a season that person is really, vibing with you. Y'all not clicking in that way, but you're still committed because you still have the friendship. You still have the respect for each other, and you come back around at some point.
Mm-hmm.
You do, and that's where I'm telling you, it's weird, but that's why I tell people a lot of times, they be like, "Rod, you're not committed. You're not committed." That's the reason why, because if I'm not sure, and if I feel like I have a second guess or a second clue, then I don't want to be committed, because I know it's that low is gonna come. The low.
Every relationship have its ups and downs.
But you got to choose wisely. I think that's what it was.
If you fall, I don't know if I fall out of love, because I feel like if I fall out of love, then I probably never really loved you to begin with. Like, I can break up with you and still have love for you.
Here's a good question.
So, because I once was really truly in love with you, so my love doesn't turn to hate. My love doesn't turn to, that it just turns to, okay, I love you enough, but I love you, but I can't be with you. Because
I don't think love ever dies.
I'm about to ask y'all that question.
I don't think you ever fall out of love with anybody.
Do you think do you think that you can be in love and move on?
Yes.
Absolutely.
See, y'all women master that shit. Man don't do what
If it's not,
what you mean it's over?
if it's not healthy for you, right?
Gotta go.
I gotta love myself first. So if it's not
Right.
working and I'm hurting myself by being in this thing, I'll just have to go through the heartbreak.
You gotta love yourself more.
Gotta
But we
love
running out of time though, Rano.
And we have one more question, right? Let's hit this last one. What is your idea of a perfect romantic evening?
Long walks in the park.
Going down to Dave and Buster's.
No, absolutely not. Smack.
Absolutely not.
Get that
Absolutely
roller ticket.
What about
so I
that
can
new
get my
roller coaster
prize.
they got at Six Flags?
No,
Absolutely not.
absolutely not. Absolutely. A
Yeah, I would
romantic,
love to hear this from y'all.
a
ladies. I
romantic
really wanna
evening
hear
to
this.
me doesn't have to be something extravagant. I mean, there's levels to it. I mean, there's so many things that could be romantic. You know, it be just for me a man planning something from the beginning to the end,
Oh,
and
talk
I have
about
to have no parts of that is romantic, and that could be from us staying at home, you cooking dinner, you get some candles going, you know, and that could be romantic in itself. But for me, for a man to put some thought into something that's going to make me happy, and and I don't have to have anything to do with it, you know, the whole what you feel like doing, what you want to do, what you want to eat,
I'll take you wherever you want to go.
where you want to
we can
go,
just do it.
yeah,
Oh,
whatever you want to do, we can just do. That's not a romantic evening for me.
no, not if I have to think about it.
So
A
you still
romantic
didn't tell me-
evening. Okay, to me, a romantic evening would be planning dinner somewhere, right? It doesn't have to be any place fancy. It could be some place that
My
allows
crib. Ha!
conversation, right? It has to me, I think music should be involved in some way,
My
right?
friend.
Like
Ah.
if there's some music and some atmosphere. So if it's like, you know, food in a lounge where there's some space where you can have private conversation. Some wine is there to me in my romantic day, right? It's nice weather out. It's a beautiful day. We might go see a show or some
Get
comedy
dressed,
or
go out.
something.
Be
Right.
ready.
Right. You know, you
Be
being a
ready at
perfect
8.
gentleman. We're not having any arguments. It's, you know, as long as it's a light and fun day where it's nothing, you know, complicated going on, I
Let's
think
do it.
that is enough for me.
Where a woman like y'all, when I be looking, I be catching flights and shit, and I still hit you ain't no romance. What?
Well, because you know what, catching a flight is great. That's a great thing.
Nah. See, I'm kind of tight right
You know,
now.
if we're catching a flight and we're going to an island, I think it's set up a dinner on the beach for us.
I did all that shit. Nah, I'm saying, you know, like a romance. Yo, you know
Okay,
what?
that would work
Life
for
is
me.
funny.
I don't know. That would work for me. That would definitely work for me. Running my
Life
back,
is funny.
that would work for me. Like, I'm so simple. Like, it doesn't take a lot. My thing is
I don't
the
think
effort
so
for me.
either.
So let
effort
me
for
ask, here
Go ahead, and
goes another question, because a woman always say that men thinks of it of only thing you think about romance is the sex part. So on this perfect romantic evening, is sexual sensation a part of this evening? Is what I want to know.
Well,
I think
for
the
me,
entire evening is foreplay.
There you
absolutely.
go.
The
And then,
entire evening is foreplay. And at
And
the end
then-
of the night,
and then
I want to sleep well.
and that's not the answer.
Listen, the vibe is dope. We vibing out, we rocking out. Of course, you won't get
I'm
you a little
excited already. Are you kidding me?
a little piece at the end of the night for sure. Let's get it popping.
Oh, so it is sex at the end of the night. So
It can be.
okay.
It doesn't
All right.
have to be.
doesn't have to be.
But-
Y'all don't mess.
No,
But-
Because you know how many
Well,
times I've
hold on.
gone out
So
and
let me
come
ask y'all one
home
question.
and
So
we
what?
fell asleep.
So what are y'all expecting at the end of the night? A handshake at the door?
No, cuddling. We gonna get together. It's always gonna
Intimacy.
be physical contact.
Oh,
Right.
I think that
I hear
sometimes
pink panties in the room.
men, not all, but some men think that intimacy has to involve sex.
And it's
for
not the
women,
same thing
intimacy doesn't have to be that.
at all. Right. Drink to that. It doesn't
Drink to
have
that.
to be sex.
Intimacy does not have to be
Let's
sex.
go to the intimacy tonight.
And but you would have to see that's where emotions come into play, and we know that a lot of men are not emotionally connected when it comes to that. They think that, let's get to it. Hell with all of that intimacy crap. And for us,
I'm with all
we
that
didn't
shit. I'm
mind
with all
just
that fly
cuddling
shit
up
too.
on the couch with you, watching TV or whatever, listen to some music, vibing
And
out,
if it
talking.
happens, right? If it happens, it
Those
should
things are
organically
intimate.
happen.
So we ain't got to do flights or none of that, right? We just sit.
No,
We're talking about a romantic evening. You're gonna take a flight on a romantic evening somewhere?
Yeah.
If you're balling like that,
Sure.
and you just want to take me on a flight to just go to dinner,
No, I'm just saying in general.
I haven't met that guy yet.
Absolutely.
Neither.
I would never say that wouldn't be a part of it, but it really is about creating the atmosphere that goes along
Right.
with it,
I
right?
got you.
That's the real part. But Rod, you did not mention what a romantic evening is to you.
For
And
a
men
woman,
like romantic evenings as well. In your mind, when you think about what a romantic evening would be for you at the end of the night, when you say that was so romantic, not in a femme way, but in your own way, feeling like it was a really romantic evening, what would that look like to you?
I'm gonna call my man Ak up at King of Diamonds, right? And I'm gonna get my own. Give me a table.
excuse me, she's doing this for you, not you for her.
Nah, a woman for me, Roman, I'm easy. Like I said before, just a quiet night at home is good for me. Just something real easy. Quiet night at home, a little dinner.
Dinner.
You want to cook?
Yeah, she got to cook. I don't want to pay. I don't want her to pay. I want to see what you do. I want you to work that kitchen. You know what I'm saying? That I like
So
to see
a woman that can cook is okay.
Yeah,
That's enough for you.
That's
meal.
enough. Just the simple things in life.
Okay.
Just real simple. That's it. Quiet
That's
night,
right.
candles. Just talk. Don't forget the Casamigos and
Little music.
little music. It's I'm me personally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm asking.
Just eat. I'm easy.
Easy like Sunday morning.
And you know what? I ain't even expecting to get none at the end of the night.
Really?
Yeah. No.
Well, look at that there.
Well, I know from the show that you told me you like it in the morning anyway, so that's where it's popping.
Remember last night?
Now when we get up that morning. I really love that steak you made last night.
I'm ready. I just slept.
He ready now.
I'm full. I done had a little drink last
That's
night.
right.
It's only popping this morning. Get your jaws ready, baby.
You gotta get the drawers ready. We did the romance last night.
My turn.
That's what it is. And you wake up like you had your romance last night. You good? We did all the romance. Let's get them drawers popping.
Yeah, time to get to it. Let us get to it.
All right. Well, I appreciate that.
Well, we are looking over time, but
did we have a quote?
I'm sorry?
Did we have a quote?
Right, but before we do a quote, we have
before we do a quote, we want to share with people where we at. Where can they find us? They can find us on YouTube, Twitch, iHeartRadio, Spotify, UBU Radio, all of that. And did I miss any? Did I miss any?
I don't know.
Did I say Facebook?
No, you ain't say it.
All right. All of that.
On all of those
yes, YouTube, Spotify,
iHeartRadio,
UBU Radio. I think I got them all.
Y'all see our Instagram tags where our names are. Y'all could go follow us on Instagram and follow us on Conversations with My Cuz on Facebook.
Follow us on comments.
Yeah.
And as you guys know, we end every show with a quote, and that quote is: "Learn as if you will live forever. Live like tomorrow is not promised."
You ain't never lied.
All right. I love it.
Peace and
All
love,
right.
y'all.
Peace.